Most people buy this category wrong, not because they chose the wrong product, but because they bought it for the wrong reason. There are one or two things that actually settle this decision, and they almost never appear in the headline spec. Think about the actual moment you will reach for this. Not the unboxing, not day one. The third week in, when it just needs to work without you thinking about it. That is the bar. The Shure SM7dB dynamic studio microphone with built-in preamp, XLR mic for podcasting, streaming and vocal recording, wide frequency range, smooth warm audio, detachable windscreen. Black is built around iconic sound, simplified. Built on the same dynamic cartridge and frequency response as the SM7B, the SM7dB delivers the same warm, natural vocal character with a built-in preamp that eliminates the need for external gain boosters. That is the thing that separates it from what is sitting next to it at a similar price. It is not trying to be everything, it is trying to do this one thing at a level that earns its place. The first feature worth understanding is iconic sound, simplified. Built on the same dynamic cartridge and frequency response as the SM7B, the SM7dB delivers the same warm, natural vocal character with a built-in preamp that eliminates the need for external gain boosters. In practical terms, that means you are not fighting the product to get a result. It absorbs the friction that usually slows you down. The second is focused vocal isolation. A precision cardioid pickup pattern pairs with air suspension shock isolation to reject background noise, room reflections, and handling vibrations to keep your voice clean and centered for podcasting, streaming, or recording. This one looks minor on the spec sheet, but it is the thing you notice every single time you use it after the first 2 weeks. And the third is built-in PREAMP control, Selectable plus 18 dB or plus 28 dB of clean onboard gain lets you drive virtually any XLR interface without a separate inline preamp, reducing your signal chain to just the mic, a cable, and your interface, which is more useful than it sounds until you actually need it. Together, those three things explain why this one has the reputation it does, and why it keeps showing up in comparison lists 2 years after launch. What the listing will not tell you is that studio-grade build, rugged all-metal construction with advanced electromagnetic shielding blocks, hum and interference, while the included detachable windscreen and switch cover plate keep your setup clean, protected, and road-ready. That is the thing buyers consistently flag after extended use, and it is actually more useful in practice than the spec alone suggests. Here's where I have to be straight with you though. Shape your tone. Rear panel EQ switches for bass roll-off and mid-range presence boost. Let you tailor the SM7dB to any voice or instrument, giving you studio-level tone shaping without reaching for outboard gear or software plugins. If that does not match your situation, there are better options, and I would rather you know that now than after you open the box. People who have used this long-term consistently mention studio-grade build, rugged all-metal construction, with advanced electromagnetic shielding blocks, hum and interference, while the included detachable windscreen and switch cover plate keep your setup clean, protected, and road-ready, as the thing that keeps them loyal. The people who left critical reviews mostly bought it for a use case it was not designed for. I cover one of these breakdowns every day. Subscribing is the fastest way to catch the next one. On price, Amazon moves this around more than you would expect, so what I can say is that for what you are getting, the value holds up compared to the alternatives I looked at. That said, timing matters on Amazon. The link is in the description so you can check what it is sitting at right now and decide if